we want to only follow 2 runners, and we are getting started. Some bombs right off the bat in Link's house, so it's always nice.
Oh yeah. Now, what's one of the first things that you typically see with these runners going through with Overworld glitches? Because we see Jetter's heading down, checking Lake Hylia, but Michael's doing something. What's he doing?
Yeah, Michael is going to be doing a clip here. So this is just a standard boots clip, and it was going to allow him to just hop over onto the Hylia Island, and this is in logic. So you're expected to know how to get that item with nothing but the boots. And it is the Cane of Berna. And Michael's going to save and quit from there since it doesn't have the flippers, so there's actually no way to get off the island. And Jetter's also going to pick up... Oh, he's not going to pick that up. Instead, he's going to come off the cliff the other way, do a fake flipper, and go straight to Hobo.
Well, that's a pretty cool move right there.
Yeah, and Hobo also is a Sphere 1 location. So you're expected to be able to fake flipper. And yeah, you don't need any items. That's completely unlogic. Michael K checking bonk rocks. Don't need any glitches to get in there, but since you start with the boots, that's also a Sphere 1 location.
Now, of course, I'm going to ask a newbie question here. When you say Sphere 1, what exactly does that entail?
Well, basically, you know, runners like to call the sort of sphere, the sphere of locations you can access. So anything you can access right from the start without having to collect any items, that's called Sphere 1. So in Overworld glitches, there's a lot of locations you can access right up from the start.
Nice. So it just makes it a little bit easier to figure out where things can be.
Yeah. Michael K checking the lumberjack, and that's just a heart container. So there's no way to glitch into that. You do still have to defeat Aga if that item were required, but it's not. So probably not going to be seeing any Aga today.
Poor lonely Aga.
Now Michael K has used a what we call a Death Mountain ascent to get up Death Mountain, and this is all in logic. You're expected to know how to get up to Death Mountain with no items. And Michael K going straight to Tower of Hera. Having to use bombs here, since he doesn't have anything else to hit the switch with.
I was gonna say, I gotta give him props for being able to do this. I'd have no patience.
A unique item requires a bomb. So the hints in this mode are still based on no glitches logic. So it gets a little complicated. So some locations that might require a glove, for example, you could get around, or maybe not. But anyway, the point is most of the hints are the same in Overworld glitches. I think there's only a couple locations that are different.
So would it really be in most runners' best interest to still check the hints?
Yeah, they still certainly give you useful information. And Michael K finding a lamp there in Spec Rock, and looks like he's going to try a hover. He could bomb jump there, but unfortunately not getting that hover.
Hey, any attempted swag is good.
Jetter's taking a more conventional route, going straight to Kakariko for the item density.
What would you say would be a better play in most Overworld glitches? Going through the most conventional blind Kakariko, or doing what Michael's doing?
Personally, I still prefer to go to Kakariko just because it's easier, and I'm not a top Overworld glitches runner by any means. I think most people do kind of do Kakariko somewhat early, because basically once you're finished with Kakariko, you can actually go straight down to Desert. There's a way to clip down in there, and I imagine Jedders will do that. And so you can go through Desert, you can get into Agina and Cave 45, and then you can just move straight onto the South Shore.
Very nice.
And so we saw a couple of swords. One was in the well, and one on the old man.
And speaking of the Graveyard Ledge, there we go. Funny enough, I actually learned how to do that Overworld glitch as one of my first ones, and did it by accident, because I was attempting to go into GT and forgot to go to the Dark World.
Yeah, that's actually one of the trickier clips, especially when you don't have a sword. So, talk about swords for a second. Swords make certain types of clips much easier, like this one you see Michael doing there. So you can use spin speed, and that allows him to clip down, get out of bounds, and then he uses a little, there's a little tile that makes you jump into bounds. Don't ask me for the technical explanations on all these glitches. I just kind of know how to do them and not so much know why they work.
Yep, just sit and nod.
Oh, apparently Jedders did find a bottle somewhere. I missed that. We got Michael K going into Paradox Cave. Paradox Cave, also one of those Sphere 1 locations. You're expected to get here with no items. There's a bottle. And another sword. That's 3 swords we found already.
Ooh, early temperate is always nice. And I do believe we had a bottle down in, I think it was in Blind's Hut.
Okay, yeah. So other than those bottles, we didn't find a whole lot in Kakariko. Yeah, Jedders clipping down to Desert, as I was mentioning before. Michael K doing a clip that will take him up into the sky here. He's got to be really careful. And ooh, there's the hammer. So you got to be really careful when you're doing this, because if you walk off the top of the map, you can actually hardlock your game if you move in the wrong way. So if that ever happens, you got to save and quit immediately, or you could hardlock.
Ooh, my.
Question from Chloe Proud, can Aga be required? Yeah. Yeah, if something's on Lumberjack, it is. Other than that, I don't think there's really any way it can still be logically required, I think. But there are glitches that will always let you bypass Aga, except for the Lumberjack ledge. Looks like we're getting okay, Michael's back.
Yeah, I think those glitches are catching up to him. So with Jedders over in Desert Palace, it's safe to assume that in most Overworld glitches, the book wouldn't be logically required unless there's something on those tablets.
Yeah, that's correct.
So Overworld glitches just kind of throws the book of logic out the window.
Yep. So Jedders, unfortunately, without that lamp, is not going to be able to actually complete Desert. And he's trying to death warp, but forgot he had a fairy. That's really easy to do.
Whoopsie poodle.
Michael K now going to check out Super Bunny Cave, yeah. Now this is not in... Oh, No, it isn't logic because he has the hammer. So, yeah, you can be expected to use the hammer to go through the Turtle Rock portal to get into the Dark World to come into Super Bunny Cave without the Moon Pearl.
Ooh, now that's interesting.
So it is actually possible for the Moon Pearl to be in Super Bunny Cave.
Well, let's see if we've got Michael going on a lucky streak.
Just a boomerang and some money.
It's alright, it was a good boomerang. We're good.
Alright, Jetter's now going to clip down, and this will take him to Cave 45. That was our first map check.
Yep, looks like crystals on all of them. 1, 3, and 7, I believe.
And Michael K now clipping down... Oh, clipping up to Hera. Oh, that was a different Hera clip than I'm used to. But looks just as well. Yeah, that's
that
one thing
cool.
about... Sorry?
I was saying, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. One thing about Overworld glitches is there's usually many different ways to accomplish the same thing, so runners usually kind of settle on whichever way they find easiest. So there's a few different places you can clip into Hera, and there's several ways to get up and down the mountain. So you can really be very creative with your routing in this mode.
Now, that is one thing that Jetters told me when he was teasing me about wanting to do that in a Plando race. Not only learning the overworld glitches... Ooh! Pause that for a moment to see that we got ourselves a Moon Pearl.
Yeah, always nice to see an easy Moon Pearl. This mode can always have some really trolly Moon Pearls. You can have Moon Pearls in the Dark World, and you're expected to do all kinds of Super Bunny glitches to get there. But we got an easy Pearl today.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the thing that Jetters was telling me was that not only do you have to go ahead and learn all the overworld glitches, but you also have to take into account the routing, because routing itself, of course, as normal players, we understand where to go. Ooh, hookshot. And Canis Maria, that's awesome! But he was saying when you do overworld glitches, you gotta learn a lot about where it anticipates you to go.
Yeah, definitely especially when it comes to the Moon Pearl, the logic is quite crazy, and yeah, if you want to do well in this mode, you have to learn all the different places the Moon Pearl can be and how to get there.
Yeah, depending on how well Jetters does this race, I may reconsider his offer of racing him in overworld glitches.
So Jetter's going to set up a water walk here and do some flipper checks. The water walk itself is not actually in logic, but fake flippering is.
Yeah, water walking just makes it a little easier to get around.
Oh, Jetters is actually going to do a fake flipper, so he's actually got a water walk store. So this can allow him to easily grab the Zora's Ledge item if it's something he wants.
Oh, smart.
Oh, but oh, there's a glove. Alright, so by the way, we don't actually need gloves for Dark World access. The Moon Pearl alone is enough. Since you can use the portal on Death Mountain and just clip down from the mountain, and you can get just about anywhere in the Dark World.
So it's just more of a formality to have gloves.
Yeah, well, there's still some locations that require the gloves. like Checkerboard Cave and oh, Jetters! Oh no, Jetters was attempting to do a Death Mountain ascent and did it wrong, and he infinite scrolled, and that hard locks him. And he's just lost everything since his last save and quit.
Oof, that's not fun.
So he's got to go back. He's got to remember where all the items he needs are. Ooh, that is a really, really bad time loss for Jetters.
Oh yeah, because that means he's basically lost his Moon Pearl, his cane, his hookshot.
I don't think he's saved at all.
Well, he's still got his sword, so we know we went over to Kakariko.
Yeah. That is one of the things that can make Overworld glitches so tricky. There are a number of glitches that are very dangerous in that having that potential to soft lock, or hard lock rather.
So it is safe to save often.
Yeah. Now, fortunately for Jetters, he does remember where the important items he needs are, so he can skip everything else, but it's still going to cost him several minutes.
Yeah, he should be able to get his hookshot and his cane from the right side, and then basically head up to Waterfall.
Yeah, I'll get that glove again. So with that glove and that hammer, that just gives us normal Dark World access. We don't have to do any fancy glitches.
But there's no fun in that, so they're going to continue to do them, of course. Now, it looks like Michael's finally doing his Kakariko run, so he's going to find his tempered here shortly.
Now, there is, so with the items we're getting, we have a strong possibility of going to Gan's Tower. We can clear out the whole left side. We can technically do Ice Armos. We can't do the right side without a fire source, and we can't. And we also can't climb the tower without a fire source, or fire source rather. And you also don't really need the bow if you know how to do the mimic clip.
Now that's an interesting one.
Oh yeah, we do have lamp. Okay, Michael K has the lamp. Jetters hasn't got that yet.
Yeah, once he gets to the climbing area of his world glitches, then yeah, I think he's gonna get it pretty quick.
Yeah, so once these runners kind of trade places, get all their items, it really would not surprise me to see an early Gan's Tower play.
Well, it's kind of intriguing what Jetters is doing.
Yeah, he's doing a standard type of Death Mountain ascent. This is the one I think most people tend to learn, so this gets you to the Old Man Cave. The one Michael did earlier takes you straight more to Hera.
Now, I will say that Michael's route was a tad cooler, just because it was really intriguing, but I like it when the palette kind of short circuits like that, so I'm going to give him fair markings on both.
Yeah, the game does some interesting things when you move to areas you're not expecting. Michael just did a a bootless clip to go up there. He didn't need to do that, but I guess he just wanted to show it off.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of these clips are possible without boots. They're just a lot more difficult.
Maybe there's a gentleman's agreement to do as much swag as possible.
Yeah, I expect to see a bit of that. And Michael K now heading down towards Desert Palace. So he'll actually be able to finish it off here with that lamp.
Jitter's just about to find out that he can't really finish anything as of right now. But we'll probably jump back once he finds the lamp.
Yeah, the lamp is, it was just right down here in Speck Rock Cave, so I'll probably be back in here shortly.
Now, it didn't look like there's anything interesting there in the Pyramid Fairy hand, just said some arrows, so I don't think we're going to be seeing that today.
Oh, I missed that. Yes, Pyramid Fairy is an interesting one. So if you have the mirror, there's a way to clip into it. But since we got a hint for it, yeah, we probably won't see that one.
I don't know if I'm saddened by that fact or kind of happy because, you know, these guys won't have to worry about wasting their time. Well, nah, I'm on comms today. I'm gonna beat. Oh, I think Shredder's going to GT. Oh, never mind.
Oh,
he's just going back.
Yeah, finish Hera.
Oh, that's right. You need to be in Dark World. I'm a doofus. And that is why I don't play Overworld glitches as of yet. Now, we've seen a lot of the Light World stuff. What kind of crazy shenanigans do you think we're going to be seeing in the Dark World?
Well, as I was mentioning before, it wouldn't surprise me to see an early play on GT. We can clear out the entire basement. With that Cane of Samaria, we might be seeing runners go into Turtle Rock without the medallion. And, of course, you can get into Misery Mire without the flute. And if you like crazy graphics... Oh, Michael's doing a bomb clip here. So these types of clips are not in Logic because they're very difficult, but Michael K is well practiced in them. And for him, it's really just a shortcut over the in Logic method. So yeah, you were talking about how you like crazy graphics. Wait till you see players go into Misery Mire. That completely screws everything up.
Oh, I'm waiting with bated breath.
And if I know Michael, and he's probably going to show us the famous Swamp Super Drop. So that's a clip that you do in the Dark World from the mountain, and you fall down about 8 screens, and it takes you to Swamp Palace.
Oh, I think I've seen that. That one is nuts.
Yeah, it's a pretty fun one.
Looks like one more hit for the Lanthimaliasis.
Yeah, and that is crystal number 2 from Michael.
Very nice.
Jeddar's taking a spill from Moldorm.
Oh, and that was on the second to last hit. That's gotta suck. Yeah, Moldorm taking names.
Alright, Jeddar's gets it done now.
Ooh, looks like Michael's going to be doing the same stuff Cheddar's did earlier, so about to get the Moon Pearl, probably going to go ahead and get the cane and the hookshot.
Alright, Cheddar's, where are you going now? Oh, he's just going to use a hook shot to get to East Death Mountain. Oh, no, he's going to do it the fun way.
Yep. he was debating us.
Alright, Michael K gets that Moon Pearl now.
I do have to say, though, I love the Inkling sprite just because of the funny bunny. Now, I think Cheddar's... I've seen a lot of his Overworld stuff. I don't think he's going to have any problem getting over to the floating island either. So that should put him on equal terms as far as item count goes with Michael here in a couple of minutes.
Yeah, we've definitely spent a few minutes now just watching our runners retrace each other's steps. That's pretty normal for just about any rando race, really.
Oh yeah.
Still waiting on that Dark World map check. Neither player's done that yet.
And they're just building that anticipation. Patient.
And yeah, Michael is headed into Dark World, and he is going straight to GT. So this doesn't surprise me at all. There's a lot of items we can get in that basement.
Now that was a cool setup.
Yeah, so GT is in logic with only the Moon Pearl. You're expected to know how to get in here, how to get up to the mountain, first of all, go into the Dark World, and then get into GT with nothing but the Moon Pearl and the boots. So, Michael K, gonna check Tile Room. This is a pretty normal check in Overworld glitches. There's still a lot of items you're looking for.
Now, thankfully, we've got the lamps for most of the Firelock stuff, but if my memory serves me right, you still need the fire rod for this next room, don't you? There's one portion at the very bottom that you can't quite reach with just the lamp. Oh, sadly, Ian wasn't here for that bit, but thank you, Chad. I appreciate you guys being the straight man in that scenario. So realistically, the only thing that we're missing right now to clear out GT in its entirety is just the... Because sadly, this isn't an Randomizer, so we still got to deal with those little Igors or whatever the heck you want to call them. Oh! Okay, never mind then. I guess we're good. We can finish up GT. That definitely makes things a little bit easier for everybody. Looks like Jetters is still attempting to get that hammer, not having much luck with that little corner, but let's root him on. Hopefully he can get it. Where Michael is finding the all-important single rupee, which instantly puts him in the lead. Poor Jetters still having that attempt to try and get that pixel-perfect jump, I'm assuming. And still nothing too interesting aside from that bow and GT, but that is an awesome find. Yeah, I hope you guys are entertained by the splashing. We're gonna hear it a lot. Oh, and then looks like we've got our fire rod and some powder over in the rando room. That right there is a fantastic find. Now we don't have to worry about doing that bum jump on the right side. Ah, poor Cheddars is just giving up at that point, and he's going to go ahead and try a different route. Yeah, we did see Michael actually get to the same area by going to the right side, jumping off that side. I'm not sure if Jetters didn't quite know about that particular area, or if he just decided to try it on the left side and, you know, not hard. Because apparently you can hard lock pretty easily on that right side. Yeah, I figure we're gonna get a map trap here, eventually. Ooh, and looks like we got our GT, so unfortunately we didn't play the GT Big Key guessing game, but if anyone was thinking, let's see which one that would be. That was 1, 2, 3. If anyone guessed 15, then you would have gotten it. Oh, that's right, I forgot. Now, we didn't do the compass room, so we missed those 4. So that would have been 17? Yeah, that sounds about right. No, wait, no, that was the second one, so that would have been 16. Well, either way, we'll just have to try it. We'll play the guessing game for Jetters to see how many times it takes him. But anywho, we've got ourselves some half magic over in Hookshot Cave, where Michael is heading over to the compass room to see what we got in those 4 chests. And with Misery Mire and Skull Woods as our 2 pendants, we've got 1 more, hopefully. Because having 8 crystals would just be crazy. Oh, and Compass Room not having much, but you know, for having the bow and the fire rod in GT so far, that's actually a really nice find. Looks like we've got Jetters here, though. Checking out Turtle Rock. Oh goodness, we have cursed the streamers. Yep, EP is a crystal. In fact, that was a fun little glitch right there because I'm assuming at this point, because the game didn't quite think correctly, it judged only the Eastern Palace crystal as being in the map, even though we were in the Dark World. So probably gonna need to do something a little bit different to find that map check. Jetter's doing a quick death warp to head on back. And finding that wonderful small key that we needed. Now, since we've got the Canis Maria and the lamp, it is actually in logic to get to this point. Thankfully, I am a pro in the standard logical reasonings. Self-proclaimed. And yes, indeed, that is an inkling. Because of the custom sprites in this wonderful game, you can choose one out of hundreds. While we're waiting for Michael to go ahead and finish up his climb and Jetters to check over the laser bridge, just want to take a moment to say, if you're enjoying the race, please feel free to visit our runners pages, give them a follow. These guys do some awesome races in a lot of different categories, so if you are entertained, please give them the moment of your time to click a button. So we got our first chest, and it's the burrito. Well, Michael K is heading up the tower to the whiz robes. Whoop! Shut down. Right through the heart. Better luck next time, Jetters. Well, Michael gets to the first whiz robe room. There we go. Yeah, and we get our cape. Man, that would make these laser bridge runs so much easier, you know? Ooh, and the Book of Medora. Now, as we were mentioning earlier, because overworld glitches are crazy weird when it comes to logic, that only really just opens up tablets. So, may not be necessary. Jetter's gonna go ahead and kiss his old man to get a health refill and book it on back out to do some more funny glitches. Where we just find some more keys and a GT burrito. And judging off of the fact that Jetters is heading over to the tablet, I'm guessing we're gonna get our first check. Will this book be worth it? I mean, if I had money falling down on the sky, or from the sky on me, I'd be happy. And it looks like Michael K has gotten his vengeance on that other troll dorm, only getting $50 from his treasure trove. And it looks like Jetters is going to be trying to set up that, Ooh, what is he going to try? I wonder what he's doing. But since we didn't do any type of guessing game with GT, let's see how many of those wonderful blue balls we get from Aga. Oh, there's one. There's two. And it's down. Not as entertaining as Acronym 1, of course, but hey, that works. So good job, Croy Baker. You have won yourself a wonderful Overworld Glitches seed. Feel free to check out the Link to the Past Randomizer website and have some fun. Yep, there's our other map check. Now, ain't that pretty? All the pendants on the left side, our 5 sticks on the south side, and then our other crystals on the east side. Now we're gonna see what we got in store for some of the easier locations. Looks like Michael might be actually going to go check out Cat, while Jetters is going to give us a wonderful time over in the Village of Outcasts and Thieves Town. Oh ho, we've got our Titans mitts. That's French vanilla enough for me. And it looks like Michael is setting up for another glitch here. Let's see what... This is just a quick warp over, or... Yep, that's what it was. Didn't want to take the time to go ahead and lift that rock, we just wanted to play that swag. Oh wait, that's right, he doesn't have any gloves yet, so he couldn't have. Well, what do you know, we get to learn new things every day. And got some 20 bucks for his efforts. Now, because of the way the logic is set on this one, that is within the logic, so if there's something useful on Catfish, that definitely would have been as part of the game. Doing a quick warp down over to the pod area, though. Gonna grab our wonderful Kiki friend and then check it. Looks like Jetters just said nope to Thieves Town and decided to go visit Mario's wallet in the city-shaped house and check out the rest of Village of Outcasts. Nothing too interesting as of yet, except for those Titans mitts, which will make things a little bit easier if you just want to go vanilla route. But this is Overworld glitches. We come here for the crazy mango habanero. And Jetter's digging us up a nice little pretty picture of the Stairway to Heaven. And Michael is giving us a little bit of hover action. Sadly doesn't quite make it.
Hey.
Hey, welcome back, buddy. You have missed all the fun stuff.
Yeah. Something came up, I just had to run out for like 15 minutes, but I am back now.
It's right. I was attempting to give him some entertainment while you were gone. I please the masses.
So, what cool stuff have I missed?
Well, thankfully you came back just in time for this crazy nonsense here in the Meyer area. Holy cow, you were not kidding.
Yeah, that's the rain graphics, and they get all messed up when you come into Mire in an unintended way. Once you open Mire, that goes away. But for now, yeah, it's just crazy flashing stuff.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Well, as you saw on Michael's side, we actually found ourselves the bow over in the Skeltoro room, or skeleton room, and the fire rod in the rando room.
Alright, some good stuff in GT.
And we had Jetters actually check out the Village of Outcasts and found the Titansmiths.
Alright. So Titansmith's not actually... Oh, there's a mirror.
Noise.
I was going to say, Titansmith's not actually required. There are always ways to clip around it. The Ice Palace is really the only thing they're logically... Sorry, Ice Palace and I guess the Smith Chain. They are technically required logically there. But there's always ways to get around it. So, runners never really worried about finding Titansmiths. They're more just of a convenience item, really.
Speaking of convenience item, we actually did get to see a cool little trick when Michael was going over to Catfish. He decided to go ahead and just clip over, just right as rain.
Yeah, you can clip down from the mountain to Catfish. That's kind of a standard way to route Catfish in this mode. And Jetta, is this our first look at Hype Cave? Yeah, there's the flute. So as we saw earlier, flute not required to get to Mire, but it's kind of nice to have. Sometimes, if you get it kind of late, it's honestly not even worth the time to activate it sometimes, but here we're still a good portion into the seed, and Jedders has to go through Kakariko anyway with the Smith, so I imagine he'll probably take the time to activate it.
And while Flutie Toot over on Jetter's side, we got ourselves the Butter Sword on Michael's.
Oh, Jedders is surprising me. I guess he's just not activating it out of principle or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and put some string around it and leave it around his neck as a little necklace. It's a showpiece.
So Jetter's not been to GT yet?
Nope. He has decided not to try that clip.
Wouldn't surprise me if this is the play now for it. Or he may be checking Pyramid Fairy here. Oh, Jetter's never got the hammer.
Yeah, he attempted to get that and got kind of stuck for a good 10 minutes.
Oof.
Well, now that he's got the mirror, he can get that hammer, no problem.
Yeah, Mirror and Titansmiths, he can actually do it completely the vanilla way.
Which I think is what we're actually going to see here. Poor Michael having a little bit of trouble with those dang pesky turtles.
Yeah, it gets through though. Did Michael K finish off GT?
Oh, yeah. We actually had our Aga 2 fight, so he's all set.
All right. So, yeah, if he tried to go to Ganon, you still need to have the 7 crystals to defeat Ganon. Kind of like if you've ever played all dungeons, if you haven't gotten all the pendants and you try to go face Ganon, he'll stand there and he'll call you names.
Be all mean and call you a numpty.
And this looks like the GT play from Jetters now. Yeah.
There we go. Well, he's got all the items. I think he's going to go ahead and clear it up, too. Let's hope he actually decides to go left side, because there's no...
Oh. I thought he was going to save and quit for a second. And Michael K now heading over, going to take care of Eastern. Going to use a little clip. If he does it correctly, it will get him up to Eastern a little bit quicker, but he doesn't do it correctly, so... Yeah, this just kind of wraps you around the top of the screen, and it looks like you're still on the same screen, but you're actually up closer to Eastern.
And Jetters finds his...
So in terms of what we're still looking for, we do need the flippers for Swamp Palace. There's no way around that. And we'll need the Ice Rod for Turtle Rock. But with Meyer being a pendant, we don't need any medallions, because we can get into Turtle Rock without that medallion. So just the Ice Rod and the flipper is all we're looking for.
Oh, Michael finding our first piece of armor. Now we got ourselves a blue squiddy.
That's always handy to have.
This is going to be pretty interesting to see who ends up taking this race in the long run, because we've got Michael here with a decent lead, since he had the fire source when he was over in Desert Palace. He was able to finish it, or had to dip out because he didn't pick up that lamp yet.
Yeah. Yeah, Jetter's having some issues, especially like earlier when he hard locked, had to retrace the steps a little bit. So he's fallen behind. But it is rando, anything can happen.
Yeah, both of these guys are really, really good runners, so I honestly would not be surprised if the gap just decides to close itself.
There's a blue potion in Eastern. Just a little extra safety.
Yeah, always good to have a little bit of safety. Poor Jetter's having a little bit of trouble with that last Armos, not one to behave.
And Michael K moving on to face the regular Armos. And with silvers, should be pretty pretty quick fight.
I'll say. There was actually a little bit of a comedic scene right after he had gone, is when we had Michael head over to the left side of GT. I was talking about, with all the items that we've got, we can go ahead and darn near full clear GT, except for the top portion, because we need that bow. Just as he was opening the chest. Now, I did not see where Michael got those silvers, but thankfully Chad is telling us that it was on top of Helmasaur's head.
That's smart of Helmasaur. Guard those silvers, because they're kind of his weak spot. Like, okay, doing the old almost an hour into the hospital check. This is a check a lot of runners do right off the bat. Since you start with the boots, so you can just bonk that wall open. You don't even need to find bombs. But Michael K likes to route weird, so. Now he's doing a clip. This will take him, I believe, up to the Zora area. Yeah, this is another one of those clips that, he's messed it up, so he's going to save and quit. Yeah, that's another one of those clips that can be dangerous, can have that potential for hard locking. And Michael wastes no time saving and quitting. He does not want to have to go back and do Eastern and Pod all over again.
Definitely a good call. Definitely. Yeah, Jetters is making that climb. So we're going to have both of our players with the early GT finished.
And Jetters has the bow, but he likes to show off the mimic clip anyway. And there they go. This is actually a very difficult trick to pull off. Jetters obviously has practiced it a lot to be able to do it without even having to use pause buffers, which is how most people do it. This is definitely not faster than using the bow. Jetters just having a little bit of fun here. And there's Michael K's first glove.
Just dancing with those bees. And I have to say, that is kind of rude, inviting your friends to the next room and then killing them. Now, I do believe this is actually our first Zora check.
And just a heart piece.
And I understand why it's our only Zora check.
I'm not sure what Michael K is doing here, but oh, he did a fake flute. So that is definitely not in logic, but it's certainly allowed. So if you line up right next to a screen transition, and then use a blue potion on the same frame as you press up, it actually brings up the flute menu because of some kind of strange bug. It's just another case of the game not being able to handle it when you do two things at the same time.
So just because of reasons.
Because of reasons, yeah. Not sure what Jedders is... Oh, he's trying to conserve his magic, so he's not using the red cane here.
Oh, smart. And a little over an hour in, we're finally getting our uncle check, stealing his wallet.
Yeah, definitely this could have some progression.
Yeah, risk it, gotta take that small little refill and come on back up. Whoop, we'll dance around the skull, and he's through.
So we can check the front of escape.
Since we've already seen the back half, we don't have to worry about doing that, but I don't believe anyone's gone in the dark crossroads as of yet. Let's see how Jedders fares against his second round of Moldorm.
Much easier with the tempered sword.
Michael K just destroying that poor guard.
He didn't know what hit him.
Now let's see if Jedders can beat Michael's record here. Michael got a 1, 1, 2, and a 2, so let's see if Jedders can do better. Ooh, commentator's curse at its best.
One, 1, 1, 1, 2.
Yep. Jeddar's gotta ring that dinner bell. Ring that.
Yep.
I'm really hoping that Ganon's bit is the barbacoa. Oh, and was that the bloomerang we found?
It was in the Dark Cross.
Arguably the worst of the two boomerangs.
Arguably.
By everyone except for me.
Looks like Jeddar's heading towards Pod now. So with that mirror, he'll be able to combo Pod and Eastern. Ooh, looks like we lost Jetters for a bit.
Uh-oh.
Hopefully he comes back soon. I guess we'll switch the audio back to Michael.
Yeah. Whoop,
Oh,
there he
there's
goes.
Jed.
Ooh.
Alright, Michael K now heading to... I'm guessing Turtle Rock?
That or Hookshot Cave.
Oh, he hasn't done Hookshot Cave yet. Okay. But he might go into Turtle Rock as well.
Yeah, here he's gonna find... I think it was nothing.
Oh, that's right. Michael did Super Bunny Cave. I didn't have the Moon Pearl, so couldn't do this. Oh, there was half magic. Okay.
Yeah, convenience is always a good thing.
Yeah, just a quick little clip gets you right into the middle of Turtle Rock. That's by far the easiest way to get in here. So then you normally kind of work your way backwards, get the big key, and then come back to the front, or the middle rather. So you got to be kind of careful in the way you route Turtle Rock. So normally what you want to do is steal the key here and then go back to the front. Because it is possible to key lock yourself so that you will require the medallion to get inside. Just a key for a key there. I'm surprised Michael checked that chest first. It's been a little while since I've done Overworld glitches, so maybe that is okay. But I would usually just come up and do chain chomps first, just in case you don't get a key there.
Well, we are lucky in today's bit. We had the chain chomp room hold the big key.
Oh, I see. Michael Jetters was in here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I missed that.
Yeah, I think he might have been going on that assumption that the big key may have been either in the lava chest or in the chain chomp room, and it looked like it paid off for him. Because, unfortunately for Jetters, he didn't do this front part.
Well, we'll see what it holds.
Yeah, we'll see here in a moment if it pays off. That's honestly the worst troll hint. Sweet corn on a pizza is terrible. I guess it is only me that has to go ahead and fight the urge to swing at those little electric jellyfish.
Yeah, those things are pretty annoying.
Jetter's finally getting his butter sword. Gonna be getting his silvers here shortly off the Helma sword. So that
Just
makes
a
2 for
bug
2.
net.
The ultimate swag item.
Michael, remembering this time to release the fairy.
Always a wise choice. Now for the fun question. Where are the flippers in the ice rod? I'm going to be guessing either the back half of Thieves Town or somewhere in Mystery Mire.
Yeah, at this point, I'm kind of running out of locations that aren't pendants, although there is still Ice Palace, which is in logic with those Titans mitts.
You're right, since Fake Flipper does count as that Overworld, we don't need those for the Ice Palace.
Yep. Fun fact, the Moon Pearl can actually be inside Ice Palace.
Ooh!
And I have had the Moon Pearl on Cold Stare before. We got a question, how many runners? There are 10 total, so yeah, 8 off-stream runners.
10 brave souls that are willing to fight for their lives. I mean, play this game.
Alright, there is finally a second crystal for Jetters, so gonna start to catch up, and he'll be able to complete Eastern Palace immediately after this.
Michael getting us our second ether check, which sadly just was... Although I will admit, if I had money raining down on me, I would be happy.
Yeah, I wouldn't complain.
Ooh. I think we're about to get... Oh, never mind.
Oh. Yeah, I think he was trying to do a fake flute there, but messed it up. So if you use a potion too early before you screen transition, it will just use the potion regularly. So he's going to do Death Mountain Descent here instead. So I'll probably check the bumper ledge and just a piece of heart there. And probably check out Skullwoods, Village of Outcasts, and so on.
Now, I don't believe we found anything of interest in Skull Woods at the time. I want to say there was at least one item left.
Yeah, well, there is that green pendant, which could always be something.
Ooh, that is true. Well, with that fire rod and the King of Samaria, checking the rest of them won't be that difficult. And hey, if one of them happens to be the Ice Rod or the Flippers, that would be a real good find for Michael.
Absolutely.
It looks like Jetter has found his third bottle of goo.
Yeah, Serger, both runners have finish Ganon's tower.
Yep, Agatu is gone. It is a tad ironic that we have both of our players' streams glitching a tad during an Overworld Glitches tournament. Well, daily.
Yeah. Question from Bladecom. If they finish GT, can't they finish with their setup? No. So in Overworld Glitches, Ganon is programmed to be invincible unless you get all 7 crystals. So you can finish GT early, but you have to still collect all the crystals in order to beat the game.
Ooh. Mothula only having some triple booms, but let's see if we can get something off of good old Sassy Pants. Ooh, is Jedders setting up for the potion thingy?
He was trying to, but unfortunately, also wasted his potion there.
Well, thankfully he's right in here next to the witch's house, so he can always buy some more.
Yeah, it seems kind of strange because he has the flute. He had an opportunity earlier to activate it, and is now going back to buy a bunch of potions so he can do fake flutes.
I think common sense is kind of thrown outside the window with Overworld Glitches.
Yeah. Also, I think if these, if I know these two runners, they both like their memes, and not using the flute is kind of one of those memes in Overworld Glitches.
Who doesn't like a good meme?
There you go, it gets it this time.
Depending if you decided to just fleet back to the witch's house. Ultimate memeage.
I thought Desert, yeah, Jedders finished the front of Desert Palace already, so you can just go straight to the back.
Yerp. And Michael K is getting his Titans mates, which just opens up Ice Palace, but lets him also lift heavy things.
Yeah, so we'll see what he does after this. I'm curious to know if he's going to go to the back of Thief Town or if he's going to nope out here.
Yeah, because Jedders only did the front half. He decided to just beeline straight out of there. Yeah, because that's... Gosh, we got the compass, the big key, the small key, and one item, so there's a decent amount still left.
Yeah, Michael K is going to go ahead and finish it off. So yeah, this could be bad news for Jedders if something important is back here.
Now, I know we found the flute over in the Hype Cave. Where was the mirror again?
Wasn't that on Stumpy?
Oh yeah, it was.
Yeah, I remember seeing that relatively early on.
I know there's a joke somewhere in there that the man that turns to wood loses his mirror. Did he turn to wood because he stopped looking at himself?
I don't know.
Oh, hey, our first checkerboard cave.
Just bombs.
Da-boom boom. So far, just some love in Blinds area.
Oh, Jedders. Did we see the Bombos tablet yet?
We saw the ether, but I don't think we've seen the Bomba.
Oh, Jedders. Gonna check that. Bombos tablet is such a much easier check in Overworld glitches because you can just clip up there. And wow, there's the ice rod.
Ho ho!
Alright, we are in flipper mode now.
Yeah, taking the moment to save. That is a really...
And that book was on Laser Bridge, so we had a required Turtle Rock double dip.
There's our musty burrito from Thieves Town. And let's see if Blind's got something good. I do find it funny that even though this is Overworld glitches, with all the items that we've got, we could easily do Spike.
Yeah, Spike Cave is just as much of a pain to check as it is in regular mode. Like, okay, trying to do what we call the LSD blind. But sometimes it just randomly doesn't change the color palette, but other times it can do some funky stuff.
Well, let's hope that Blind has the flippers so we can have Jedders do it.
No flippers, but that's a Quake medallion.
Good old Quack.
And we saw Jedders do a mirror wrap. So if you use the mirror on the same frame as you do a screen transition, that can make some funky stuff happen. And in this case, it lets Jedders get straight to Laser Bridge without having to go through the rest of Turtle Rock.
Oh, mirror wrapping. How silly of a thing it is.
Yep.
You know, the funny thing about mirror wrapping is the first instance I had of it was actually completely on accident, and I have not been able to duplicate it since. But yeah, if you want a cool trick, go to the digging game when you have the mirror equipped, and while you have the boots, do an item dash on leaving the area. You will transition with the mirror on the next frame, and if you're lucky, it'll do the mirror wrap.
I did not know that.
Yep, that's how it happened.
Well, we got a mushroom on Trinex, so that could lead to something.
Yes, the witch deserves her drugs.
And just like that, Jedders has actually come back and now has the lead in crystals with 5. Michael having spent quite a bit of time on Overworld and pendant checks that haven't really helped him all that much.
This is where the fun of rando comes in. You could have something so grandiose be in the worst of places.
And I think that was Ether for Meyer. I couldn't see it very well, but I think it was Ether.
Yeah, it was Ether. I do love it when they do the descents because you get those weird graphical bugs.
So, if you're hoping for a ped seed, which is certainly possible, we do still need to find that ether medallion. Because again, there's no way to get into Mire without the medallion.
Yeah. And I don't think they found a major glitch yet that'll allow that, did they?
Nope. Not even in... I was going to say not even in no logic, but there are ways to do it. There's some very ridiculous, complicated ways, but they involve indoor glitches that are not allowed in this mode.
Ah, that's right. It's when you destroy the game so hard, it looks like a bunch of fizzly gook.
Exactly. So, we're really starting to run out of places to look. There is Ice Palace. The flippers can be in Ice Palace. There's that green pendant, of course, to turn in. I imagine Michael K is kind of routing his way over there. And the hour and a half height cave check.
And there's our floaty toot.
And Jetters finally decides to activate that flute, which he could have done so long ago.
Finally getting some actual use out of the swag duck.
And Michael K was trying to fake flute again and was not able to get it.
Fake flute over to point number 3 to activate the real one.
Yeah, that's always funny when runners do that. And we're getting a powder check. I don't think... Have we seen this?
No, not yet.
Just blue rupee.
Ooh. See, even at that point, I feel bad just taking the bat's money.
That's a magic bat. He can have all the money he wants.
And we got Michael K doing our other fluty tooty. Uh-oh. And I think Jetters is going to go back to Thieves Town or Duskull Wood.
Yeah. Well, again, could be on that green pendant. We don't know yet. Could be on the pedestal. We don't know that yet, but Jetters has the mirror and the book, so he'll be able to check it.
Oh, now that'd be a total 180 for who has the lead. If our pedestal happens to have the flippers.
Yeah, but of course, if it is pedestal, again, we still have to find that ether medallion somewhere.
Now that would be downright evil if we had Ether Medallion in Ice Palace.
Yep.
Nope, those mummies ain't letting them go. They want that hug.
And looks like Michael K is making the Ice Palace play.
Ooh.
I'm surprised he didn't check the green pendant first. I would have done that. And
Oh, yeah.
Here's our ped check.
Get that pet hype in chat. Do it now.
Just couch cash.
Boo. It's alright. We still have hope. It could be either in Ice Palace to give us Flippers and Misery Mire.
I love how you use the word hope for that, because that's horrible.
Yeah, I'm not racing today. I can be evil. All the karma that I rack up being an evil comms person is gonna be just flying away after tonight.
Yeah, Sora was checked. It was just a heart piece.
Yarp yarp. Heart piece and triple boom.
And it looks like Jetter's deciding not to face Mothzilla.
Ooh. Well, now I'm wondering if he's gonna go back because he's not gonna find the item here.
The unique item is underwater. Well, that was probably the Moon Pearl that we saw. The sunken item on the dam.
I always find it funny when the Moon Pearl happens to be underwater, especially when it's on Zora. It's like little fishy just liked the shiny bit.
Michael K was trying to hover there. Didn't get it, so I was going to just go for the more standard bomb jump.
Which still messes up a couple of players, so yeah, that's good on him to get it at first try. Hey, looks like commentator cursed his Jetters. He is heading back there.
And we learned Graveyard Ledge is useless today, which we already knew.
And
Very
Mothzilla.
nice fight.
Ooh, yeah. And you're rewarded with more boom. Ooh, moment of truth time. And just a big key. It's alright, we got 2 more tries on this right side.
I don't think we found any items yet. Very nice.
Mm-mm.
And Jetter's going straight to turn in that pendant.
I do not blame him. Ooh, that means our 3 items could be Iced Tea, Freezor, and Big Chest.
There they are!
Oh ho, dang!
That's go mode for Jetters. Michael K is really going to regret coming to Ice Palace before turning that pendant in.
So, oof, Galaxy Brain for Jetters right there.
So if Michael K turns in that pendant immediately after Ice, this will be still, I think, a close race. But if Michael K does some other checks first, he's going to fall behind.
Now, I've got to draw back some of the evil here and say I hope we don't find Ether now, because that will point him towards Misery Mire.
Yeah.
Yeah, chat making a good point that Michael still needs that Ice Rod as well.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. So I definitely have to put Jetters in the lead here because Michael has to go turn in that green pendant and he has to check the Bombos tablet. So
And
again,
the
if
fact
Michael
that Jetters
K.
is,
Sorry, go ahead.
the fact that Jetters can mode both Swamp and Ice Palace, probably just going to be go moding in Swamp. That's going to be a big
Yeah.
deal.
Well, Michael K. is almost done Ice Palace here. So again, if he does those two things immediately
Swamp.
after Ice, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
this is
and
going
he
to be
still has
nuts.
to beat Turtle Rock too. I completely forgot about that. Yeah, I think Jetters is definitely in a commanding lead now.
So this is really just Jetter's race to lose at this point.
Yeah. Michael K busting out the cape strats here on Cold Stare. Down to 1.5 heart and ooh, takes a death. Does he have a fairy?
I don't think he does.
He does not. Ooh. Well, yeah. And Michael K is gonna come back later.
And our tracker being a tad evil there. He didn't have anything to heal with because he used all his potions on failed flute attempts.
Yeah.
But hey, that's it. You know, flag tactics. Those are just some of the risks that you gotta handle. But if you guys are enjoying the race and would like to see some more, please feel free to go ahead and click on those links. Check out our runners. Both these guys are really, really good at what they do. And if you want to enjoy more, feel free to go ahead and click them, give them a follow. And definitely good shout out to Slot Friend, who is doing all the button clicking, making sure that everyone knows what everyone has. And
And where is Michael K going? Oh, he's doing Pyramid Fairy.
ooh, well, we get to
I don't know if he's placed the portal in the right spot here. I think he's placed the portal too far to the right. Oh, never mind. He got in.
Oh, good.
Nothing too exciting in there, though. He is going to try for a free potion here.
Let's see if it's a blue potion. Oh,
Just a green. And Jetters is going into Ice Palace using the Ice Palace wrap, even though he can just go in the vanilla way.
gotta have that swag.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's another one of those clips that can be dangerous. And I don't even think it's faster than just going in the vanilla way. So, bit of a risky bit of swag there from Jetters, but he pulls it off anyway.
Gotta give him some clappers for that.
And Michael K going back to ice now.
Gonna do round 2 with Cold Stare. Yep, Jetter's not even bothering with any of those chests because he's got all he needs.
Jetter set up for the bomb jump. Gets a first try.
Oh, I was wanting to tease him if he missed it.
Gonna use bomb strats on that Pangators, even though he's got the golden sword.
He's got like 3 items that can one-shot those dudes, but nah. Name of the game this time around is swag, 100%.
So, after Jetters does away with Cold Stare, all he has to do is go fight Ganon. So, he's going to be done in just a few minutes. We already got GT out of the way. We already opened that pyramid hole. All he has to do is get back there.
And with Butter Sword, that's a quick Cold Stare fight. That's, what, 30, 40 seconds tops?
Not even that.
I was gonna say 5 seconds to get the ice down, another 5 to just destroy the...
Yeah, that was a pretty solid fight. And that is 7 crystals for Jetters.
Let's see if we get any last-second swag move before we get our Ganon fight.
Yeah, I think the fastest way is just flute to 5 and just run over to the pyramid. And Michael K takes down Cold Stare, so that is 5 crystals. So he still needs the Ice Rod and still needs the Flippers. The Ice Rod is on the Bombos tablet. Flippers are on the green pendant. So he already has the green pendant, just has to turn it in. Now remembering he doesn't have the Flippers, so he's going to flute away. Okay, this is good.
Yep,
Well,
I think he's gonna get him.
Yeah, that'll bring him to Swamp Palace. Now, hopefully he'll check the Bombos tablet before he goes into Swamp. Because if he goes into Swamp first, he may end up full clearing it.
Ooh, yeah, that would not be good. Well, first phase is down. If you blinked, you missed it.
Yep. Gonna use Cape Strats here. Not a bad idea when you got half magic.
Second phase is down, moving on. And Michael did pick up his flippers, so he is off to Swamp.
Alright, Michael, check Bombos tablet first. No, he's going into the Swamp.
Oof.
Yeah, well, he's probably going to full clear Swamp, unfortunately, so this will cost him a few extra minutes. But there's 1 silver arrow. There's 2 silver arrows. There's number 3. Oh, that was number 4. Alright, get your GGs in chat for Jetters, who takes is the winner of our restream, and we'll get you his place in the race in a moment.
He is finishing 5th place in the total race with a time of 1 hour, 45 minutes, and 18 seconds.
And we will see if Jitters wants to join us for an interview. Oh, there he is in the setup room. So, with that, I'll read off our earlier finishers. So Jetters came 5th, and oh, there he is right now. GG Jetters.
GG's.
So before I start the interview, I just wanted to read off the top 4 finishers. Liam Atlas came in 4th place with a time of 1:45.13. Willard J. Bradley was 3rd with a 1:39.31. Faraime was 2nd, just beating Willard by 9 seconds with a 1:39.22. And our overall winner, Chex Human, clocking in at 1:36.30. But all right, back to you, Jetters. So I got one big question. How come you didn't activate the flute way earlier?
Well, I wanted to... Basically because I wanted to show off the YBA on stream. That's basically it.
Yeah.
I would have been disappointed if you didn't say for swag, so thank you.
Oh, well, both you and Michael were doing lots of fake fluting and both having mixed amounts of success with it.
Yeah, I was already kind of debating if I should activate the flute, but like I was gonna fake flute to ice and desert, but then I realized I need to do a few more flutes, so I decided to just activate it.
Yeah. So, yeah, you had a bit of trouble getting the hammer, I believe.
There are a few clips that are my kryptonite. That's one of them.
Yeah. And then you also had that unfortunate soft block earlier when you were trying to do the Zora DMA.
Yeah.
So, considering all of that, you know, I think you did a pretty good job.
Yeah, I actually did a pog in real life when I found the flippers, because I didn't expect it to actually happen.
Yeah. So, Michael, unfortunately, decided to go to Ice Pals before turning in that green pendant. So I ended up full clearing that, and then took a death to Cold Stare, and had to come back. So that was, it was a pretty close race up until that point. And also, he actually still hasn't found the ice rod either. Unfortunately, going into Swamp before checking the Bombos tablet.
Yeah, the reason I checked Moth was because the race had gone on so long, you know, that I felt that flippers or something because I didn't think it was just the ice rod. Ice rod was kind of hiding a little bit, but it's something you can kind of easily route in with desert. But I guess maybe Michael went to desert before he had the book.
Yeah, Michael actually opened with Death Mountain before Kakariko, so he had the lamp and finished off desert. And unfortunately, he is now full clearing Swamp. He's running back in, probably going to do the left side here. And then he'll probably be kicking himself when he checks the Bombos tablet right after.
Yeah, I definitely think that he'll go there right after.
So, do you have any other thoughts about the seed?
Well, I mean, I didn't touch Castle. I wasn't gonna do Pyramid Fairy because I saw the hint that one of the items was garbage. So it kind of made me not want to do it, and therefore not want to do Castle.
Yeah.
Well, it paid off in a bit, because the only thing that we found over there was the blue boomerang.
Yeah. Yeah. But, I just still couldn't believe that flippers were actually on Green Pendant. I was like, you know what? Let's just go for it. Because I originally was just going to leave after checking Big Chest, but then I didn't get an item, so I was like, okay.
Yeah, we still didn't know where the flippers were when you checked pedestal, so there was a bit of hype. Because we were kind of only down to a few locations at that point, so pedestal was looking really possible. Michael actually had done Skullwoods quite a bit earlier, but just never got around to turning in that green pendant for quite a while.
Yeah.
I will say, though, Jetters, this wonderful display of shenanigans has convinced me never to challenge you to an Overworld glitches game.
But you can learn. Everybody can learn.
Oh yeah, I learned quite a lot, thankfully. I'm just scared to try it myself because I'm terrible at this game.
I mean, that's the thing, you know, this race was surprisingly, we broke 10. There's not a lot of people that play the mode, and I'm always willing to help teach people that want to learn, because I want more Overworld glitch races.
It is super entertaining. Yeah. And serious thing out there, to anyone watching that wants to learn, it's not that bad. I'm just over-exaggerating. If you want to know how to do these things and enjoy a good time while doing it, check out Jedder's stream. He is a fantastic runner, really funny to watch, and he talks a lot to his chat, so definitely give him a follow, check out his races. It's worth it.
Thanks. But yeah, other than that, you know, Seed wasn't too terrible. Flippers were kind of awful. Ice Rod not in the best location, but I hope chat enjoyed the display of assortment of glitches that Michael and I put on.
Uh-oh. Michael just found the Ether Medallion.
Oh
Please
no!
check Bombo's
Okay.
tablet. Please check Bombo's tablet first.
Oh no!
Okay, good. He's going there. So yeah, that Ether tab. You actually never found any medallions.
Nope.
Michael found all of them.
Let's see if we get any rage slashes.
Well, at least the good thing for Michael is that it's not going to take very long to get to Trinex.
Yeah, he'll be done in. He might sub to this. Should be able to.
And we'll get to see what interesting route he takes to Ganon, because he always likes to do the swag clips to Ganon.
Yeah, I was saying earlier, I was like, if I know both of these runners, they both like to meme.
That is a safe assumption.
Yeah, I did a little mimic clipping for the memes.
Yeah, mimic clip with the bow, always a classic.
I was commenting on that. You invited your friends into the next room with you, and then you were so mean that you had to kill them.
It looks like Michael is gonna... Oh, never mind.
Oh, there he goes.
I thought he was gonna do an alternate method than the mirror.
Oh, speaking of mirror clipping, there's something I gotta tell you about, and I want you to see if you can duplicate it, because I haven't been able to do it. But apparently, if you go to the digging game while you've got the mirror and the boots, start the digging game, and then do an item dash while you have the mirror equipped, out of the digging game area, it could do a mirror wrap, but you have to be in the right spot for it. I did it once by mistake, completely by mistake, and I haven't been able to duplicate it. So you should definitely try it.
Yeah, I've not heard of that one, so... It could be just something that's kind of useless, because there's a lot of stuff you can do with the mirror and wraps, but maybe there's something there.
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be useless, because I found it, of course, but...
I know there is a mirror wrap that can get you into the what do you call it? Into the hammer pegs area without the Titan's mitts, which I used in a run once.
One thing I have not been able to do yet, though, and I want to start working on it, is doing some map wraps.
Yeah, those are always cool. We didn't see any of them today, I don't think.
Yeah, I only know of two. The one where you go from Eastern to Kakariko, and Death Mountain to Skullwoods.
So how do you do a map wrap?
Very carefully. And
Yeah.
I am serious when I say very carefully.
Uh-oh.
So, nope.
Michael just hard locked, but he did save and quit beforehand, so he's alright.
So that's probably a setup for a meme route to Ganon.
Looks like he might be trying it again.
But anyway, so map wraps, you literally go off, like, so let's say you're at Eastern, you would go off of the east side of the screen, and then you would end up in the west in Kakariko Village, and you have to do the clip right so that you can move around. And then you have to be very careful to get into the correct entrance in Kakariko without going too far to the east once you're in the Kakariko area. Otherwise, you'll hardlock. You basically have to know where the heck you're going. Otherwise, you're probably going to hardlock.
Yeah. And Michael,
Kinda like that.
on the third time was not the charm there. So, rip the sub 2 dream.
It's alright, it's for the memes. We're all appreciative.
And Michael K is being very stubborn here. He really wants to get this clip.
He's got a showboat. He's one of our awesome restream runners. He's got to do it.
Hey, whenever the glitch community gets a time in the spotlight, we gotta show off.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I think he got it this time. So, he did some kind of mirror thing, and I don't really know how this one works, but it takes him to the Ganon hole eventually.
Just kind of sidestepping the enemies. They're like, what the heck is going on?
There he goes.
3 hours later.
He's gonna be careful here and takes.
Whoops.
Yeah, that's one thing about the cape is it's one of the items that you cannot use immediately after menuing. There's about a half a second or so where it just won't work. So you can't just like emergency switch to the cape. You can with the Cane of Burna, but not with the cape.
I'm sure every runner that has run enough has experienced the pain of not being able to cape too fast.
Yep. The worst is when it happens in Spike Cave.
Oh, yeah.
I do have to say, I do kind of regret not getting the blue cane after I died so many times on Laser Bridge.
Well, Michael's got to be careful here. He's not playing it as safe as I would.
But finding that cape on Laser Bridge was perfect timing.
And misses the torch glitch, unfortunately. But not a big deal, he does have silvers. He's trying for a double there, but not able to get it quite in time.
Yeah. Too bad the, I should have just done the Smith YBA, even though I had Titan's Mitts. Gotta show off all the glitches.
Michael's getting silver with hits in now.
Yep, he's just doing awesome.
So what the hell?
And he gets it.
Alright, get your GGs in chat for Michael K.
Yep, we got him done in 8th place with a time of 2 hours, 2 minutes, and 31 seconds.
Yeah, and he's going to join us in a moment. Meanwhile, we had so after Jetters in 5th, we had Spleeby in 6th place with a 151.01, and in 7th place was Senin or Senin, I don't know how to say that, with a 154.05. And we're now joined by Michael K. GG's.
Yeah, can I get the ice rod, please?
So you went to Ice Palace before turning in the green pendant, and then you went into Swamp before checking the Bomble's tablet. It's just unfortunate how that worked out.
Mhm. Yeah, kinda overall made more sense to just go into those places, at least for Ice Palace. I didn't really thought about Bombers tablet for Swamp Palace too much, just because Swamp Palace has so many chests.
Yeah, I mean, I don't blame you, but it's just unfortunate.
Mhm.
But hey, it's alright. You won our hearts with all the swag.
I increased my hardlock counter at the end by 3 to 3 or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you really wanted to get that clip into Ganon, huh?
Yeah, and then of course I die within the first few minutes or first few seconds.
It was well worth it. That was pretty darn cool.
Yeah, I was wondering what swag method you would use to get to Ganon.
And talking about swag, I early on the seat wanted to go into Ice Palace before I had literally any of the items and wanted to do the boots only method. But I kind of failed the YBA to get me for the fake 2 to get me there, so I didn't got my 2-minute breaks.
I was actually hoping that when you got that potion glitch in the Witcher's Hut, that you would immediately go right back to the Witcher's Hut, just for fun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't go into Mire when you found that Ether medallion. We were worried you might do that.
I still had Mimic Cave before I would have gone there, and Spike Cave.
So, so you in the opening, you started off going straight to Death Mountain. Is that what you normally do?
I usually only check to till Old Man and then do Rayford Ledge. I just got literally so many things early on that I decided to do the rest of the mountain as well. And then I found the hammer and could go on for Super Bunny, and it was nice.
Yeah. Yeah, this seed was definitely pointing towards GT very early.
Oh yeah. I definitely thought about going in there as Bunny.
That would have been fun. Well, so I guess we can start to wrap things up here. Did you have any final thoughts, Michael?
Not really, I guess. Lamp was nice, I guess. Allowed me to check the Old Man in logic, because I got that one the check beforehand.
Yeah. Yeah, Jetters was missing that lamp for a while, so wasn't able to clear Desert or Hera the first time through.
I kind of did Hera twice as well, so...
Yeah. Did you have any final things to say, Jetters?
No, GG's, and just tried to show off as many glitches as I could to the crowd. I'm sure they enjoyed it.
Yeah,
So.
I enjoyed it.
Heck yeah.
All right. I guess we'll wrap things up here. Final shout out to our tracker, Revolving Ocelot. Did a great job today, keeping us up to date. And shout out to my co-com, Mr. Scruff Ninja Tuna. Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
And if anyone watching is interested in trying some of these glitches, the best place to learn is join the Discord for Link to the Past Randomizer, and go into the Glitch Modes channel. People there are always very helpful. So if you have any ideas that you think this looks fun, you want to give it a shot, just check out that Discord. But I think that's gonna do it for us. I don't know what you're doing, Michael.
Screwed up.
Oh, doing something silly. But I think we got to wrap it up, though.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll let you do what are you trying to do here? Oh, you're doing a map wrap.
Ooh, we didn't get to see this. Up. You get it? Hey!
So
where is this supposed to go?
It's not supposed to go there where I landed.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna wrap things up though. So, yeah. GG's to both of you, and thanks for watching, everyone. And I'll hand it over to you, Mr. Scruff, for the last words.
Don't be too frightened with Overworld stuff. It's all about the memes. Enjoy it, and have a great night, everybody.